Hey guys, welcome back to Andy's Dinosaur Reviews, and today we have something incredibly cool to check out, something that was just sent to me by a good friend and a viewer of the channel, JurassicKM, who has actually helped me to acquire some really cool Jurassic World stuff in the past. He's been a viewer and a follower of the channel for quite some time and a friend for quite some time. So I was really excited when he had reached out to let me know that he had a few things that he was interested in sending my way so I could add these to my collection. And I'm super excited to actually pop this box open and check them out because I've had the box sitting here since I picked it up this morning and I haven't had a chance to open it because of course I was waiting for the video. So let's pop the box open, which is off to the side of me, and start bringing stuff in. So stuff is like all wrapped up in bubble wrap and stuff, and the very first thing that I'm just going to open off to the side here is this. So you can already tell some of the stuff that we are looking to bring into my collection are some repaints that he's done, and he has repainted a Rorovore Baryonyx to give it the Jurassic World website, I believe it is, coloration, and this was his repaint of that figure, and I really think it's a gorgeous coloration. Actually, let's reposition the camera a little bit here. It's a gorgeous coloration that they had used originally, something I feel like they probably should have used for the film itself, and he's definitely replicated it really nicely. You can see he's got all kinds of various tones of colors, tons of really nice browns and yellows, and of course those gorgeous blues that you see on the face of that Baryonyx. So straight away we've got an incredibly cool repainted version of the Rorovore Baryonyx that looks super cool. We've also got a mini, and I actually had no idea that this one was included. If we hold it closer to the screen here, it's a little hard to focus on because it is a very dark mini. Let's bring the lights in a little bit more. But you can quite clearly see we've got ourselves a repainted Indoraptor mini. There we go. Which also looks really nice. He's even highlighted the quills and stuff with the yellows up there. Boy, the camera does not want to focus on this one. But I actually have repainted quite a few minis myself quite a ways back. So I, of course, love mini repaints. And it's pretty sweet to add one of his to my collection as well. Wow, we actually have a little packet of some very cool stuff in here. Let's pop this open and see what we have inside because I'm very intrigued. So we've got one of the Captives booklets right here. We've also got one of these Build It Surprise Activity construction sets. And you can see it says basically which one will you get. You can see that there are 3 different dinosaurs, I guess, in this line. Yep, we've got a Raptor, a T-Rex, and a Triceratops. And when we pull it open, we can see exactly who we have. We've got a Raptor in here, and that's really cool. Oh, actually, we have the Triceratops over here on the other side. So I almost thought it was only one, but we clearly have 2 as we've got both the Raptor and Triceratops. And they actually look really neat. You know, they've got some nice detail on those. So something I'm definitely going to have to build at some point soon and check those out. And if I could get it back in the pack, you know, it's okay. If I'm going to build it, I don't need to put it back in the packaging right now. But in this little baggie, we also have some stickers. It looks to be the case, if I can get those out carefully. So yes, we've got some beautiful Jurassic World Dominion stickers. And look at that. You can see we've got a really nice image of Rexy, the Pyroraptor, the Ankylosaurus, the Dimetrodon, and a Troceraptor, a Triceratops, and Velociraptor Blue, and of course the Jurassic World logo. And the fact that there are multiples of these means that I can actually put some of them on my shelves because I do enjoy popping some stickers up on my shelves from time to time to, you know, dress it up a little. And then in here we also have some Captives. First of all, some tokens, but we also have the Brachiosaurus, the JP3 variant of the Brachiosaurus that was included in the Captives line, and there you go. It actually looks a little bit different compared to the one that I have, which is a little strange. Like, I feel like it has less patterning, which kind of makes it very interesting, very unique. I actually really like that. Definitely a very nice version. I'm going to have to break mine out at some point soon and compare it to see how different they are. But we actually also have these tokens here, and if I could pick them back up off of the table, this might kind of give you a hint as to something else that he was able to get his hands on, and I will have the pleasure finally of adding to my collection. You can see we've got a Carnotaurus token, a Spinosaurus token, as well as the Brachiosaurus we were just taking a look at, but a Velociraptor Blue, and you'll see that Velociraptor Blue, that looks very different from any Velociraptor Blue that we've seen in the Captives line up until this point, or at least on my channel anyway. And then I got some more stuff here wrapped up, so let's pop this open, and this actually feels like it could be one of the figures I was just talking about. And it absolutely is, and might be the one that I'm most excited for, because we have the supersized Carnotaurus, and man, am I so happy to have this one. This is one that just randomly came out, like, at the end of the hype for Jurassic World Dominion, and, like, I almost didn't even know it existed until someone had pointed it out. I believe they found it in, like, Spain or somewhere like that, that was obviously nowhere near where I was able to get it, and it's the only place I had ever heard of actually having it until he had mentioned that they had them in Canada. So I'm so unbelievably thankful to have this, because I was incredibly worried about missing out on the supersized version of my favorite dinosaur from the Jurassic World Dominion line. But I am so happy to now have the supersized Carnotaurus in my collection. And we've also got something else very interesting in here that looks like maybe a Lego figure, potentially. Well, let's get this out of the packaging, or wrapping, I should say. Oh, wow, that's really cool. So we have what I would imagine is a Lego Indominus Rex, and it kind of looks like he's repainted it a bit. Now, I don't actually have very many. I have like 2 very small sets of the Jurassic World Lego stuff, so I haven't had the pleasure of really collecting a lot of it. So straight away, I'm really happy to have this, because it looks super cool, but also him adding his own personal touch to it is really cool as well. Definitely a very neat looking figure, so that one's definitely something that's exciting to have included. And then the next one is another supersized figure. We've got the supersized Spinosaurus from the Jurassic World Dominion line, and you can definitely see that it's different compared to the version that we have here for the Jurassic Park 30th anniversary. We have a very different color scheme, so that really made me want to get a hold of this one, because yet again, I try to capture and collect every single variant of the Captives line, and up until this point I have done that successfully, but I was almost at the point, pretty much already had given up on hope of getting these paint variants, and just in general, you know, the supersized Carnotaurus in my collection. Really didn't think I was ever going to have the chance to do that, so unbelievably happy that JurassicKM had reached out about, you know, sending me these repaints, but also the super cool Captives supersized figures. And we've got something else in here that's very small, and I'm going to pop out of the packaging to see what it is. Oh, that's really cool. So let's get this out of here. We've got ourselves a little bit of a bumpy repaint with an Ankylosaurus figure. I actually don't remember what Ankylosaurus this is. I don't remember if this one was one of the Jurassic figures, maybe from the Hasbro Jurassic World minifigures. I can't really recall, but that's definitely a really cool repaint. He really did capture the likeness of Bumpy quite nicely with that one, so that's definitely awesome. And the next one in here is the Velociraptor Blue, and what's cool about this one is this figure is actually fully exclusive so far anyway to this line of supersized figures. Like, we didn't have this one in a smaller size figure like we have with those guys. The only place that you could find this particular sculpt of Velociraptor Blue so far was in the Jurassic World Dominion supersized Captives. So I'm so hyped to have this one, because, you know, missing like repaints and stuff, it's a shame, but I guess it's not the end of the world. But to miss an actual fully resculpted figure would have been disastrous, I say. But as far as what else we have in here, well, we've got more repaints. Here's another repaint. We've got a little Rexy repaint, and it's not focusing on it. There we go. We've got a minifigure, yet again, another Jurassic World minifigure, T-Rex here, that's been repainted. Also looks really nice. He's done a very good job of adding in like kind of like a, man, why will it not focus? Like a dark wash on this one to really add a nice element of realism to that one. And we've also got the Giganotosaurus, and again, a Mattel minifigure version that's been repainted to give more of a realistic looking version. Oh, look at that. He's even added in that area where we have like the tear in the gum. He's even applied that as far as the paintwork goes to this figure. So that's really cool as well. And he's definitely nailed the tones of color and definitely did a good job as far as the actual application of the paint goes. He's very good at adding the paint in kind of like, it looks like almost like a watered down fashion, so it kind of creeps into it nicer and adds more color variation to the actual figure, giving it more of a realistic finish in my opinion. And here's something that are the final few figures that are in here, and this is something was like one of the coolest things I think. I haven't seen them until now, but one of the cooler things that were included here for sure is the basic Raptor figures from Mattel that have been repainted into, obviously you can see this one is Velociraptor Charlie, and he's definitely done a really good job on this. Super striking pattern on Charlie, and he definitely, oh boy, I'm going to be knocking stuff over everywhere. Let me try to move this stuff back here for right now. We'll just set them down. They don't need to be standing. We'll just move you guys over here a little bit. But there you go. There we go. We can get a nice look at Charlie and get a good visual of what it looks like. I love that he's actually glossed the nails, glossed the eyes and everything to add that nice element of realism. He's even got gloss coat there on the nostrils, which is something I've stated numerous times that I love. So that's super, super cool as well that he goes to those lengths to create a very realistic appearance for his figure. And we also have Echo in here as well, and he's nailed the tones of color, I think, as far as Echo goes, which is something that most big-time companies can't seem to figure out, but Echo as well looks great. It's going to be really cool to actually have a repainted Raptor squad of each and every one of these, because we've also got Velociraptor Blue in here, and you can see that he has definitely applied the coloration in the correct way, where we have the blue stripe come up and lead over and under the eye, and then here on the opposing side you can see that it actually stops correctly. So he very clearly did his homework when creating this repaint and making sure to capture blue. He's painted the eye very nicely, very nice gloss coat on the eye as well. And then the final one, and I think at this point we know who it is, we have Velociraptor Delta here as well, and we now have the entire Raptor squad here complete when it comes to my JurassicKM repaint collection. And man, I'm so happy to have this stuff here. When he had, initially messaged me and mentioned that he had a few repaints he was interested in rehoming, I was absolutely interested. I love repaints, and actually having them here now, seeing how good they look, I'm even more excited. And on top of that, he also threw in all this other extra stuff and was able to very kindly search out the Captives supersized figures that I was unable to acquire here in the United States. So I want to give a huge shout out and a thank you to JurassicKM for being incredibly cool, sending over all of this awesome customized stuff as well as all of the other extras and everything. Incredibly cool additions to my collection for sure that I'm going to start putting up on the shelf as soon as I end this video. So thank you again so much to JurassicKM for all of this awesome stuff. Definitely an incredibly cool unboxing and some incredibly cool additions to my collection. And thank you guys for watching as always. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next review.